Yo, what is up, bros? Returning to rank the top artillery generals. When we had left off, we had ranked 22 through 16th. Today, we will be ranking 15th through 11. Now, these top bros here are still in order of the damage they had done in the tournament. We have not ranked them yet. We left off at Sikorsky. These bros are all ranked. Damage from the tournament, perks, movement, whatever else they had going for them, they got ranked. Sikorsky came in at the 16th best general. So, bros, we are ready to start our rankings. The 15th best artillery general in the game is gonna be our bro Leeb boy. Now, I argued amongst myself for quite some time. I had him ahead of Voronov and Yeryomenko, and then behind him, and then ahead of him. And I'm looking at these bros perks, and I'm looking at Leeb boys perks. And the final thing that decided it for me in arguing against myself, if this was older school World Conqueror, rumor would have mattered a lot more. I'm rating these generals based on like more in-game content now. Nightmare difficulty, hard events, even the god-awful The Lost Hole I just played with the Americans that took me forever. It was more like 4 hours. I condensed it into, what, a little over 2? Bro, I'm not even thinking about Leeb in that instance, or his little 75% chance in one round to place a 1 debuff. Usually when we're thinking about making somebody stupid, we need it done that round in late game. Otherwise, we're going to come back and our generals are going to be either completely destroyed or at a quarter or lower than half health. That's what did it for me. I was like, man, rumor just... When you have generals that can pretty much one-shot you, you come back and you're gone. One little debuff per round, possible 75%. I mean, I'm putting my stock into Stukas, into Abrams, into Auchinleck for the ability to make somebody stupid. Chenault, even though it's not a true stupid, but they can't fight back. So yeah, Leeb, I'm sorry, you lost a ranking even from the damage you did. You were 14th in damage and fell to 15th. Remember, we still got Eichelberger moving up. We still got Sokolovsky moving up. We don't know where those bros are going to place yet, but because of their perks, they're moving way higher than the damage output that they had actually done. Moving on, bros, the 14th ranked artillery general is going to be our bro Yeryomenko. So looking over here at the damage, I mean, his first round, 7,100. His second round, 7,300, which put him right on level with Voronov. I wish Voronov would have got a second round, but we don't know if he would have been a little bit higher or a little bit lower. My guess, because of his perks, he's gonna pretty much be in that same area, I think. So why Yeryomenko ahead of Leeb, but behind the next bro? I think I kind of explained that with Leeb's rumor. So looking at his perks, he does have hold fast. Hold fast makes more sense to me on tanks, because it's when there is a friendly unit nearby. Well, besides running Eichelberger with a bro, my artillery is usually kind of off by themselves, where my tanks are kind of bunched up sometimes. Besides the top bros, like, you know, Manstein and Rokossovsky, the other bros are kind of bunched up, trying, 2 or 3 of them will equal a Manstein. Well, even Guderian is off by himself too. Guderian's off by himself, Manstein's off by himself, Rokossovsky's off by himself. The other bros are kind of bunched up, trying to at least equal somewhat of the damage of a Manstein, right? So this on artillery, I really don't like. I mean, artillery's back. Here's 2 things. Artillery's usually, at least the way I play them, off by themselves. Especially like You know, the top tier bros. Zhukov's taking out fortresses. Kluga is on like a high Mars running a front by himself. De Gaulle's off by himself on the walking Stuka getting 4 or 5 hits. Like, I like this better on tanks. Inspiration, it's okay. I obviously better on tanks than artillery bros, but it lasts for 2 rounds, so 30% chance. All right. I mean, Crossfire is going to give him a little bit more damage than what we were seeing in the tournament. Again, I mean, I'm trying to keep my artillery bros off the front besides the top 3 badasses, so Crossfire probably not used a lot. Rounding it out with artillery leader and accuracy. So I think all in all, that makes him better than Leeb, but still not that great. We were disappointed in Yeryomenko. I think that was when he came out, we were all kind of disappointed with him. That brings us to our 13th ranked best artillery general, and that bro is going to be our bro Voronov. So, another disappointment when he was introduced. I mean, when you're spending money on a general, you're wanting him to be a little bit better, right? I mean, as far as damage, he's coming in 11th. I don't know many people that even have talked about having Voronov. Anyways, there's not much difference between him and Yeryomenko. Ranking him ahead of Yeryomenko was pretty easy. He has more consistent damage with this extra star and artillery ability. He has another movement, which is big in these huge events that we're getting into, like the Lost Toll. His artillery training master, I mean, I don't know about it. It like increase the HP recovery converted from dealt damage of 3% based on the level of artillery elite force. Well, here's the thing. There's enough generals ahead of him that I'm not even going to have him on one of my good elite forces. I guess you could say you could throw him on ones that were given, but still, I got a few generals ahead of him that I'd be putting on those. So, I don't know. If you have a shitload of elite forces, I guess that's going to get some use. If not, I mean, check this out though. If he was on a 12, he'd be getting a shitload of health back. He'd be the tankiest artillery general out there. But who's going to waste a level 12 artillery on a bro that ranks 11th in damage? I don't know. Anyways, critical attack damage artillery elite force is increased by 25%. Set damage, set increase, set damage over Yeryomenko's inspiration. So it was pretty easy to put him ahead of Yeryomenko. That brings us to the 12th ranked artillery general. And that bro is going to be our bro Nenonen. So if you're looking over here at the damage, bro had 7,000, almost 900 his first round and 7,600 his second round, putting him, I mean, a pretty decent amount ahead of Yeryomenko and Voronov as far as damage. Now, depending on your playstyle or how far along you are in the game. Obviously, Voronov and Yeryomenko can take a lot more punishment. They are better defensively. But, like I said on some of their perks, like hold fast, great, but am I really going to have them buy somebody? I mean, I don't know. And like this one, am I going to have him on an elite unit where he's gaining back a bunch of health? I don't know. Crossfire's good. I don't mind having... I mean, as far as some of the perks they stick on somebody, I would rather have Crossfire than a Lin B perk, Sheltering Expert. So yeah, these were damage over defense, basically, is why Nenonen is ahead of Voronov now. Nenonen also skipped Williams. There's a reason for that. There's a Williams perk, I think, that puts him ahead of Nenonen. And I know you guys might be thinking, well, damn, Sokolovsky, Eichelberger's moving up way high. Well, think about this. When I'm talking about, oh, this guy's 500 damage ahead of this other bro, that's 500 damage over 10 attacks. That's 50 damage per attack. Think of what Eichelberger is going to give you if you use him like I do, which why else would you should never use him not besides somebody else. Worst case scenario, you're going to get 200, and this is the absolute worst case scenario, at least 200 damage every attack. So that's why he is skyrocketing. And as far as Sokolovsky, also going high. Bro, 65% from this. You throw on this, and he's getting over 101% more damage from nukes. Dildo launcher, obviously we're talking about artillery here, but I mean, you could, and I guess you're limited on dildo launcher, how many nukes you get, but move him on to city, you can throw down nukes. You could also use him on the nuke sub. He is good. He's just a good bro all in all. If you're throwing nukes around and you don't have him as the general who's throwing them, you're making a mistake. It's a massive difference. Anyways, I figured some of you bros were wondering how high these guys are gonna move. I don't know yet. I haven't looked forward. I'm ranking these as I go. I don't know who's in the top. Well, I know who's on the top 10. I don't know what place they are. I'm doing this. I pulled up the video, I started it, and I started sitting here like this. Now, Leeb has Rumor, but Rumor is not that big a deal as much as it used to be. And I'll put him ahead of these bros, put him behind these bros. That's what I've been doing this whole time. Anyways, that moves us to the 11th ranked artillery general in the game, and that bro is going to be our boy Weidling. Now listen, if you guys wanted to interchange these, I wouldn't put up any resistance. You could interchange these bros. There's reasons too why you would do that. If we look at the damage over here, Weidling had 7,900 and the 7,600, which is right on par. I mean, more damage overall than Nenonen ever did, but he fell below him here and here. So it's really up to you how you guys want to rate these guys. Nenonen does have that extra movement, you know, but remember this, I did include artillery barrage in the damage calculations, whereas I didn't calculate crossfire in the calculations. I haven't even upgraded that because it's not going to be included in the tournament. Anyways, so I'm thinking he's probably going to get a few crossfires off. He's probably going to do, I mean, obviously more damage than is shown here. So that's kind of why I threw him just ahead of him. But again, if you wanted to put this movement ahead of that, you could switch these guys out, no problem. I wouldn't have any bitches. Even if you guys, maybe some of you are more defensive-minded bros, right? And you wanted to put Voronov and Yeryomenko ahead of Weidling and Nenonen. I mean, I'd probably bitch a little bit more than switching these two, but I wouldn't completely call you an idiot if you wanted to do that. I mean, looking at the damage, their damage output is a lot more, but in certain cases, you might need defensive generals. I don't know. I still like them ahead of these two bros. Again, disappointments when they came out. Anyways, that is going to wrap it up. You might be thinking about Williams ahead of Weidling and Nenonen. Williams might be the biggest disappointment when we're talking about disappointments. I mean, when you go up against him, he is absolutely amazing. You buy him, and he's just like, meh. I thought he was going to be a complete badass, but I think this perk does put him ahead of Nenonen and Weidling. That's kind of why he's ahead there. How far ahead? Bros, you'll have to watch the next video. If you're enjoying this content, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the notification bell to make it for our next upload. Peace.